Alright, PoE 2 0.4 has been out for a while now. It's like 2 months or something, right? And thought I'd go over, rank, and review all the builds I played. I played 6 builds in total. I will start from the bottom. And that being said, this bottom build is actually quite good. All these builds are... I didn't play a single bad build this season, so... Anyways, number 6. Wyvern Pathfinder. I loosely followed Alk's character on this. He was like shaman or something, a different ascendancy. So not 1-to-1, but overall the build was good. It had great damage, great clear, great defense. The problem for me was the playstyle of the build was quite weird and not really like a PoE build. It like not even like what they're looking for in the PoE 2 vision, you know. It felt more like almost like an MMO playstyle. I mean, not really, but like an MMO and something fused together, not really an ARPG style. Because the way the build revolved around was basically there was like 4 or 5, I think, buffs that go on like a timer, and you have to make sure they're up all the time, or your damage is just like so much lower because they're so huge multipliers. So every so often I have to like swap the wolf form, the freeze something, make sure I get a crit with a certain skill because that had another damage buff gem on it for hitting a crit. The freeze wolf thing would give me extra cold for like 20 seconds or something. Had to consume a power charge with rend, the auto attack essentially, to get the damage buff from that. And then I also have to watch my power charges for the oil barrage to do single target. And I have to make sure all that stuff is up, and I will delete a boss. It multiplies your damage by like 20 or something. It's crazy. Because if that stuff was down, I would just tickle the boss. That being said, it was a good build. It did everything well, other than I didn't like the play style. Cool build, though. It's definitely interesting. I don't not recommend it, but it is a weird play style. So you might like it. Solid build. Stop. I know what you're thinking. You probably are wondering how streamers manage to feed themselves. Let me show you with HelloFresh. Check the link in the description or use my code DSLHF for a free Zueling 4-star chef's knife on your 3rd box plus 10 free meals and first box ships free. Here we go. That's a steak, all right. Smells good. Sirloin steak with creamy mushroom sauce, and I had 3 other meals in this box, but I've ate 2 of them already. So chicken shawarma, miso, maple glazed salmon. These are just the recipes that were our favorite that we've kept over the years. Big HelloFresh enjoyer. Alright, we got the arugula. We got some mushrooms, cream cheese, Worcestershire, Italian seasoning. The best thing about HelloFresh is you can get like different stuff that you would never want to buy a whole thing of yourself. Step 1, done. I'm meaty. Oh, I did that. Not skimping out on their steak sizes, that's for sure. These things are massive. Oh shit, that was too much. Oh, masterful. Free chef knife on your 3rd box.
Lots of fingers in the salad.
I'm on that Sigma grind set.
Grind.
Golden perfection. Those are like perfect. Pretty good. I'd like it a little bit more rare, but it's good. You wanna try a piece?
Yeah, it's not miracle. Yeah, that's really good. HelloFresh, they condense everything in like 5 steps or less.
The link in the description or use my code DSLHF for a free Zueling 4-star chef's knife on your 3rd box plus 10 free meals and first box ships free. At Ziri's Contempt, this is the spear from the temple that was added this patch. This build it's good, not amazing, but it's really cool. Probably the coolest build on the list. At least in terms of like aesthetic wise. You use the spear and it applies these blood lances on an enemy, up to 30 of them, and then each one you add that makes it do more damage. So as I like when you have 30 stacked, it's like 2000% more damage or something. I forget the exact number, but some really high number and you just chunk bosses. I played on Pathfinder. I think Blood Mage is probably better for efficiency, but Pathfinder's was really nice for mapping. So the damage was pretty good. Not amazing for the amount I spent. If you play it on Blood Mage, it's going to be better than Pathfinder for damage. The clear was alright. It would pop the entire screen. It was a big explosion build, essentially. Defense was okay. I mean, just generic Pathfinder with some energy shield and stuff. The main problem with this build is it had a very hard to scale like stop time. Whenever you cast it, you have to stop to cast it. It's one of the skills that do not cast while you're moving, so it's a little not quite clunky, but not smooth. You have to keep stopping, and then I was using Spear Field to apply the Blood Lances. That was also a skill that stops you, so it's just not a very fluid skill. I did end up clearing with like Lightning Spear. That was pretty nice. Number 4, we got Shield Wall Titan. This build I didn't push super far. I did it on an SFHC run, and it actually felt like pretty good. This is a very popular build. I kind of followed Karn's a little bit for this. He was also another Ascendancy though, so I mean, I deviated a little bit with what I got on leveling and whatnot. So this build had good damage. Its clear was mid. I think for the clear you really want the on Citadel Lineage gem. I did not get that. And then the defense was actually a lot better than I was expecting for a life build. It was pretty good. I felt pretty safe the entire time, except on like a few bosses. I don't know how it'd fare in late game. I'm sure it's fine, but obviously not going to be as defensive as an ES build. But the life build actually felt better than I expected. Number 3. Plant Jin. This build I just followed Garotha's character, but I spent like way more. I really juiced it up. So it was essentially like a juiced up Garotha character. And it was really nice actually. The damage was not great. Damage really not great, but that's made up for in the clear and defense. I think damage would be better if you go with Oracle. So the clear, I mean, like, the clear is quite nice. Not in, like, an explode the whole screen kind of way, but you would kill everything before they could even hit you. It just ties in the defense, too. The clear and the defense on the skill are kind of intertwined, I think. Because you'd be clearing with an entangle, and then you'd water your plants, they'd explode. Basically, nothing could ever reach you, and if they did reach you, had a huge energy shield pool, and then the Ascendancy gave you extra armor based on your energy shield, which was really good. So it was very, very, very smooth. The smoothest build I played this season. Is just very nice. Damage is low, but the clear and the defense make up for it. And you pretty rarely die. It's a really, really good build. Except for the damage. Damage is mid. It's like 5 out of 10. Number 2. Probably the most expensive build I've ever made, and almost the coolest. Well, in terms of mechanics, the coolest, but Reverse Chill Ice Shot, it's using the new Foulborn or Vol Cultivation gloves, Shackles of the Wretched, to enable us to reverse the chill effect onto ourselves and using Seer Inheritance chess piece. And that just, it speeds everything up, action speed, your portal time, everything. Felt quite good, except for it was kind of hard to make it tanky because losing your chess piece is massive. So the damage was really good, the clear was really good, the defense is where this kind of lacked. But then at some point, somebody in chat mentioned the Asphyxia's Wrath. Quiver actually scales your defense for some reason, and what it does is essentially if you chill an enemy and the percentage you chill the enemy, they deal reduced damage, or they take increased damage, and then that gets reflected onto yourself for you taking reduced damage because it's getting reversed. And I don't know if that's intentional still. They did a patch kind of like capping it to a number, so they didn't just delete it, which makes me think it's kind of intended, which is kind of weird, but I don't know. And you just really, I mean, you zoom. I think I had like 400% movement speed while sprinting or something. I don't know the exact number. It didn't like show up in the spreadsheet or the character sheet as an exact movement speed number because it was multiplying your movement speed by your chilled effect. But it was really good. So I think I had like 6,000 energy shield, and then the quiver tech gave me 82% damage reduction on that, so it was actually quite good. The problem was it was kind of like Slayer in PoE 1, where if you're not hitting something, you will die. All your defense is conditional on the enemy being chilled and you having the chill effect up. But very fun build, very expensive. Number 1, Minion Jin, I went the Sand Jin and Cold Jin with Powered Zealots. Those are the specters that shoot out Spark. And this was my starter build, and it's probably the smoothest starter build I've played in the game. Its damage was actually insane. I think like 3 div a gear, I had like 5 million DPS or something. It was pretty crazy. The clear was decent. The problem with the clear was, so I was using the Cold Jin, which had a screen-wide AoE explosion that would kill everything. The problem with that is it's a 3-button rotation to do that. So despite killing the entire screen, it took a little bit to get there. And you're not really scaling much cast speed because you're a minion build. So can definitely get some, but 3 buttons for rotation is going to be semi-slow no matter what, essentially. Especially with it slowing your character down. The defense was very good. Jin is a very good defense ascendancy. I had tons of energy shield, like 13,000 or something, I think. And it just deleted everything. Very, very nice. The specters were way better than I was expecting. The powered zealots. I don't know if they're even the best minions. I know there's like some wasps people use, but I don't know. I like builds that have a lot of projectiles. So the spark zealots were kind of up my alley, and it went pretty crazy. If they don't nerf it or they barely nerf it, I will probably start this next season too. Maybe as like fire sand Jin instead of cold and sand. But overall, just insane ascendancy. The sand Jin gives you crazy crit multiplier, and you just get so much defense. It's a really nice build. Highly recommend that if you're going to do a fresh start, or even not a fresh start, but great starter. Low budget, does everything. Deleted simulacrum, deletes bosses. Entire screen's filled with sparks. It's very nice. And those are the builds I played. Overall, guess I'll give a rating on the season. I'll give the season a 6.5 out of 10. Yeah, 6.5 out of 10. I think they really nailed the new characters they made. Like, all the Druid stuff was really good. Granted, you're a little pigeonholed into builds for the shape-shifting stuff, but because of the way the combos work. But the overall just like design in terms of looks and how they perform and everything like that and how cool they are. Because I mean, cool factor it is important, I think. I think cool factor is maybe even more important than balance to a degree. Like not overall, but cool factor is definitely there for all the stuff they added. Like the Jin stuff was really, really cool thematically. It was actually, all the stuff they released was very powerful too. Nothing was really weak. Everything was viable. Every shapeshift form had a good build. Pretty much every ascendancy they added had a good build or multiple good builds. Overall, very, very good there. The negative side of the league, I guess, is the temple is very weird. It was unintuitive. I know they've made it a little bit better, but overall, just a very, very weird mechanic and the handling of it. I'm sure next league it'll be fine. But this league, it was just very odd. Like, I don't even want to say bad because it was just so weird. I just like look at this. I look at it. I'm just like, what the? Um. Yeah, I don't know. I had fun making up these different builds. Overall, bunch of new cool builds. Very cool. Plants, the gins, the Aziri spear, the shape shifting thing. Very cool. Temple was weird though. I do like the concept. I think when they fix it up, it might be my favorite. League mechanic, I do like. I like the league mechanics where you kind of put your own map together, essentially. So once it's not weird, I think I'll like it a lot. I mean, I do like it. It's just weird, you know.